sobedo. Ta-a, Dhi-i, ki-i, na-a, to-ta-a, Dhi-i, ki-i, na-a, to-ta-a, Dhi-i, ki-i, na-a, to Thakadhimi Thakajunu, Thakadhimi Thakajunu, Thakadhimi Tha, Dhi, ki, na, to ta, Dhi, ki, na, to ta, Dhi, ki, na, to ta. Welcome to episode 314 of Konnakol 2020, the video series in which every day of this year, I show you something about the wonderful vocal percussion tradition of South India. I am Carlitos from Slovenia, and today is November the 9th. And today is the third into the 5-part series exploring ways to extend the canonical phrase for 5 beats in Konnakol that we perform as Thadhikinathom. So I'm not going to explain the virtues of this exploration because there are already 2 more episodes about that. But what you need to know is that I systematically approached this and I arrived at one table with many ways of extending Thadhikinathom. And today we're going to look at 2 more actual ways of extending Thadhikinathom. We're going systematically down that table. And that these phrases can be really useful to finish one composition of your own, or a fill if you play the drums or anything like that. So let's go straight to the table. Highlighted in red, you will see the 2 extensions that we will focus on today. They are the extensions number 5 and number 6, and you can tell because of the number that you see after Thadhikina, after the vertical bar. The vertical bar is a way of notating this very common way of expanding one particular phrase in Konnakol. That is that we have a phrase that is Thadhikina, it has 4 syllables, Thadhikina, and then we extend each of those over a number of aksharas. So if you look at the first red line, that is Thadhikina over 5 and then Thom. That means that each of those 4 syllables, Thadhikina, will be extended over 5 aksharas, and then we'll have another single Thom. And when you put all those together, you will see that the whole phrase for Thadhikinathom will now last 21 aksharas. And since we're going to perform them 3 times, well, the total length of these tirmanam, effectively, it will be 63. And we also have this helpful last column, which tells us where to start within a cycle of a-Dhi talam. So you can see that it is 0 fingers, and after 0 fingers, which means that you just, right after you count the first beat, the first of a-Dhi talam, 1 akshara, and then you start. Because yes, the length is 63 aksharas, and we know that 2 cycles of a-Dhi talam in this subdivision of 4, they will be 64 beats, right? 64 aksharas. So it's natural that we start only after 1, and then we will land where we need to be. The second extension that we will work on, which is the second one highlighted in red, is Thadhikina over 6 and then plus Thom, meaning that the phrase on itself one time will take 25 aksharas, because 4 times 6 is 24, and then we add 1, so 25, and times 3, that is 75 aksharas in total, this phrase. They're getting longer and longer. This is already 3 avartanams long. So we're going to start it after counting off 5 fingers, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then when we start the 6th, after 1 akshara, we start the recitation of this extension. So that's the theoretical part. Let's perform this now. And here it is. This is the 5th extension that you can see in the header that the length of 1 phrase is 21 and the length of 3 phrases is 63. Just, this is a good way of orienting ourselves. So as you can see, we have only 1 filler beat, only 1 dash that is in green, and then immediately we have the first phrase that is 21 aksharas long, right? That is in red, the second time is in orange, and the third and last is in yellow, as I have always been doing in the previous 2 episodes. And it sounds like this. Ta-a, Dhi-i, ki-i, na-a, to ta-a, Dhi-i, ki-i, na-a, to ta-a, Dhi-i, ki-i, na-a, to ta. So you can see how all the phrases are progressively more and more displaced from the counting. That's what makes these extensions so exciting. They're not going to land where you think until the very, very, very last tom. That's what I like them so much and why I pursued all this. Anyway, let's take a look at the extension number 6. We have 5 beats in green, so we have some more time to prepare, and then it starts. So I'm just gonna perform this. Let's go. Thakadhimi Thakajunu, Thakadhimi Thakajunu, Thakadhimi Tha-a, a-Dhi, ki, na, a-Thom, a-Dhi, ki, na, a-Thom, a-Dhi, ki, na, a-Thom. And you notice that I am performing the intermediate beats. That means that I'm performing ta, a-Dhi, but you could remove those intermediate beats, right? And it would be a very different effect. It would sound something like this. Thakadhimi Thakajunu, Thakadhimi Thakajunu, Thakadhimi Tha, Dhi, ki, na, a-Thom, Dhi, ki, na, a-Thom, Dhi, ki, na, a-Thom. It is much more disjointed in a way, and it's harder as well. So these are 2 different ways. One is more like you have a training wheels on your bike, but you can, choose whatever you want. It depends on the context, as always. Those were the 2 latest extensions of Thadhikinathom. There's a lot you can do with these ones. I'm just showing it to you so you can study and try to incorporate it in your own world, really, in your own performance. But let me know what you're doing by leaving me a message using the YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram comment boxes, or just reach out to me via my socials displayed here, because I like feedback. Thanks a lot in advance. That's all from me tonight. I have been, who else? Carlitos from Slovenia, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.